Hey guys, MCU Collector here with the next video in the review lineup. This is the Hasbro Power Rangers Lightning Collection Wave 3 Mighty Morphin Red Ranger. This is the figure that we have been waiting for since San Diego Comic-Con because that one was the Dragon Shield version. So here we have the regular Red Ranger, so let's get right to it. So just like all the other Power Rangers packages, artwork here, Power Rangers Lightning Collection, whatnot. Oops, artwork continues there. Then we have a look at the back of the figure. No bio, of course, but we see the accessories and things that he comes with. One thing to note here is this promo images has the silver of the visor going all the way around in the front. That is something that the figure does not have, just like the San Diego Comic-Con, so I thought I'd point that out now and get it out of the way. For you guys interested, here is the UPC. Let's open them up. Okay, and here's the Red Ranger figure out of the package, and I'm very happy with this. This is the standard Red Ranger figure that, I wanted. The San Diego Comic-Con was the Dragon Shield version, and not that this was a bad figure. Obviously, of course, we want kind of the regular costume, the regular suit, so now we finally have it, and it's really good. The figures are essentially the same. Obviously, the gold bands on the arms different. The belt is going to be different. And then no Dragon Shield. But other than that, it's the same exact figure because, and I mentioned this in the Lord Draken video if you guys watched that, is all these Power Rangers figures use the exact same body. Same with Putty, they use the same body and everything. So we really know what to expect with these things. And I'm completely fine with it. It's all about how it looks, and I'm very happy with this. One questionable thing though, and I find this very, very odd, is that the Jason head that this figure comes with is the one that doesn't look like him that much, and it looks like he's mad or sad or doesn't care about anything. Like, why would we get this one? Why didn't we get the smiling head one from Comic-Con? But it's like, that's the better head sculpt. Why wouldn't we get that one? We get all these accessories and we get that head. Maybe this one just keeps it a little bit more special that we get it. I'm not really sure. I think it was an odd choice for Hasbro to do, but okay, there he is. Anyway, let's get right to it and take a closer look at the figure itself. Okay, really quick, I want to talk about the sword and the accessories. So the sword is the same that came with the San Diego Comic-Con version, so it's nice that we actually get the accessory. Bandai had to release two different versions. They didn't include the sword, but they did with the metallic version. So here we get it with the regular one. We also get the blaster, but just like Pink Ranger, it's the opened blaster that's ready for combat or whatever. I don't know if there was a specific term for it. The San Diego Comic-Con came with the folded already closed for the holstered, so I don't know if we're going to get that with any of these other figures at all, because even the Black Ranger came with it open. We get this effect piece. Now, I don't have all the Power Rangers Lightning Collection figures, and I believe this one has been reused. It was issued before. There's so many different effect pieces, so Hasbro's doing a great job of kind of changing things up and offering quite a bit in the effects. But I believe this one came with another Ranger that probably had a sword. I'm just not sure, but this is the first one that I have of this one, and you can kind of just port the sword in through the effect pieces kind of however you would want to do it, and it kind of holds in place, and I think that's really cool. And then also two interchangeable hands. It comes with two fists. But here is the Red Ranger figure. So the big thing, and everyone points this out, so the silver really should continue all the way across. So it shouldn't stop, and it should be the same at the top there. Promo images of the figure show the silver continuing on, and for whatever reason, Hasbro didn't do it with the San Diego Comic-Con one. And they didn't do it here because it's the same exact helmet. Why they didn't paint it, I have no idea. I wish they would have, because yes, it would have been more accurate. I don't think it looks terrible without it, but it's just definitely one of those things where it's not really accurate. Trying to get up close, you can see there we have the power coin for the Tyrannosaurus, if you could see it. The same here. The belt is different because this one has, for the Dragon Dagger and the blaster, so that it is a new piece because these, the belt, the Morpher, it's not like a separate piece or anything, so it's the whole belt. So that is a new one that's made for this figure, but the rest of it is going to be the exact same, and I think it looks really, really good. Paint apps are pretty minimal because you just get the red diamonds on the white boots. You get the white diamonds on the torso and then the red diamonds on the gloves. Very minimal, but done cleanly. I have no complaints. Now let's look at his articulation. Okay, so with this articulation, a little bit of fair warning. My figure is very, very stiff. So I'll try and get to kind of crack some of these joints and go in a little bit. But the articulation is the same as all the other Power Ranger figures. So I'm going to try and get through it quickly, because I know you guys like seeing the articulation, whether you've seen it before with the previous figure or not. So you can look down that much. He can look up that much, which is good. You get the swivel motion of the head. Not a whole lot of pivot going on in there. The shoulders, they can go up that high. You can get a full rotation in there. There is a butterfly joint, but this left one is just very tight and doesn't want to cooperate with me. But you can get the shoulder to go in that much forward, and then you can get it to go back quite a bit. So this one on the right is freely moving, but this one just doesn't want to work with me, so I'd have to heat it up, and I'm not going to do that for you guys so you can see everything. So diaphragm joint, he can tilt to the side that much. Other way, he can tilt that much. Going back, he can go that much. Going forward, he can go that much. When you add in the ab crunch with that diaphragm joint, he can go back that far. He can crunch forward that much. So great motion in there with the diaphragm joint and the ab crunch, but with that you get no waist swivel, so the turning action you're going to have to use the diaphragm joint to kind of show that off. The legs go out that far apart. It can kick forward that high, can go, well, not really going back, maybe a tiny little bit. You get upper thigh cut there, double jointed knee, so if you can get that other one to work, we may have to go to the other one. There we go. I got the double jointed knee there. There is the boot swivel there. Foot hinges all the way down. Hinges up quite a bit. And then you do get ankle pivot there. So good range of motion. I forgot to mention this earlier. Upper bicep swivel, and you get a double jointed elbow. Wrists swivel, and they do hinge. So there his articulation. Now let's see him up with his team. Well, as far as the original team, we only have the Pink Ranger, the Red Ranger, the Black Ranger isn't even the regular one. But then when you start branching out onto it, we have the Green Ranger as well. And then we also have the White Ranger, which wouldn't be there at the same time as the Green Ranger. And then depending on which Red Ranger you have, so Red Ranger, Jason version should be the leader of the team, take out Green Ranger and White Ranger. But then the later season 2, second half of season 2, or whenever it was, you know, White Ranger became the leader, and then it was Rocky that was the Red Ranger, and he was not the leader. So you kind of change it around. But here is the Mighty Morphin team all together so far that we have. Okay, here's the Red Ranger next to Goldar and Zed, and then for the fun of it, we'll throw in the Putty. Putty is the same size because it is the same body mold that is used for the figure. They all look very good together. Okay, and here is the two Jason figures that we have, the Mighty Morphin Red Ranger and the Zeo Gold Ranger from the San Diego Comic-Con set, as well as the Red Ranger with the Dragon Shield, all standing next to each other. So the Power Rangers are really coming along, and I'm very pleased with all of them. And because I didn't show this earlier, so to pop off the head, you just pop off the head, no problem, the helmeted head, and then we have the unmasked or unhelmeted head. And these guys are a little bit trickier to get on. You really have to put some force into it, and they don't just pop on like, you know, I'm usually accustomed to with the Marvel Legends figures. So there he is, and that looks pretty good. It's funny that the Comic-Con one, it's the same, but for whatever reason, I think this one looks more like Jason than that one did. And I'm not sure why that would be the case, because they are the same exact head. It's just, I somehow think this one came out looking a little bit better. But you can see there, it's there. Maybe this one, I don't know what it is. The lips look a little bit darker in color. Maybe that just kind of threw it off. And the eyes seem a little bit more defined. So I definitely see Jason a lot more in this head sculpt. But I think the smiling one kind of would have been a little bit of a nicer touch. But there he is. Looks really good. Okay, so here are the two figures from Power Rangers Lightning Collection Wave 3 that I am collecting. They look very good together. I really like the way both of these figures came out, and I'm very pleased with them. You guys let me know what you think of them. Are you going to be picking either of these up or both? Let me know. I am curious down in the comments below. If you guys liked the video, please hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't already done so, and as always, thank you for watching.